Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. I'm here on JTV tonight. We're doing a live and taped review, filmed in front of a live studio audience. This is my studio. Anyway, this was given to me by Average Joe. I think this is the last bottle that he gave me that I have to review. This is from Rhinelander Brewing Company, which he just informed me is the Minhas. The Minhas are the people that do Boxer Ice, Boxer Watermelon, as well as a whole slew of other shitty beers. So, Rhinelander Brewing Company is apparently their craft brewery, and I do craft like this because it's more a crafty brewery, because these guys are, well, the Minhas are basically they would be considered a microbrewery because they don't put out enough beer to be considered macro, but they use macro practices. So, this is 5.5% ABV. It says here, dark and silky rich stout loaded with chocolate flavor. Is there chocolate in my beer or beer in my chocolate? Now, it says that, but it also says 66 IBU. And with 66 IBU, I would not think that it's all that chocolatey tasting, because 66 IBU is pretty high IBU. There's IPAs that are lower than that. So Chocolate Bunny. It is a stout brewed with cocoa powder. Now that scares me, because I do know that cocoa powder is very hard to brew with. I've brewed with cocoa powder and failed. I've brewed with cocoa powder and succeeded. But I do also know that cocoa powder is extremely hard to work with, because John Downing, the head of the Niagara College Teaching Brewery, had to make it his own system, his own procedure to brew with cocoa powder properly, and you still get fairly gritty beer every once in a while. Taps brewed a cocoa powder porter just recently, a few months ago, and you drank it and it was like you had hot chocolate powder in your teeth. It was gritty. You got to the bottom, it was just filled with sludge. It was gross. So it is a hard thing to work with. Now, what they did with it, it doesn't even look like it's filled right. It's filled to here, and this is supposed to be what, 1 pint 6 fluid ounces. I would expect it to be probably 40 or 50 milliliters more, a little bit more in there is what I would expect. I think it looks like it's about an ounce or 2 ounces short of a full setting. We got our Young's Double Chocolate Stout glass here. Let's pour. Wow, that looks beautiful. I mean, the one thing I'm going to say about this beer, look at that, it's even above the rim of the glass. The one thing I'm going to say about this beer is it looks amazing. It is black. That head, not even off-white, that is a mocha head. It is a very light brown. It looks awesome. Big bubbles, pillowy. It fits this glass perfectly. I mean, there's still beer. I don't mean by like the amount of beer fits the glass perfectly, but just the look of it fits the glass perfectly. It's just a beautiful looking stout. Actually, it has a mixture of bubbles. There's a lot of big bubbles in there, and there's a lot of very tiny, minute bubbles as well. Looking really good. Ooh. Okay, out of the glass, you basically just get a roasty scent. A little bit of chocolate smell in there too, but baker's chocolate, bitter, dark chocolate. Out of the bottle, it smells fucking exceptionally outstanding. See, I can't even talk. There's things on my mind tonight. People on here know. You guys don't, but there's things on my mind tonight. It smells outstanding. Super roasted chocolate, milk chocolate at that. It smells very sweet out of the bottle. Cocoa powder, yeah, I could see that. I mean, it kind of smells like a hot chocolate would. Well, package of hot chocolate powder. But that's out of the bottle. There's also there's a slight sour hint coming off of it. it almost smells like a milk stout, in all honesty, as well. It does have a lactic sweetness to it. Cheers, boys and girls. Cheers, boys. There's no girls here tonight. None. Is there chocolate in my beer, or is there beer in my chocolate? There's neither. There's toasted roasted malt in my beer. Lots of toasted roasted malt. Oh, burnt malt at that. It doesn't even taste like it's toasty. It tastes like it's burnt. It's... Oh, fuck you, Joe. Carbonation reminds me of Molson M. It is basically microcarbonated. It attacks your tongue with little tiny bubbles, but it also feels heavy. Feels heavy and silky smooth. I mean, I can't deny that part of it is true. Next part of it, super chocolatey flavored? No, not in the least. The only way I would consider that super chocolatey flavored is if I was having an ass chocolate bar. That's right, an ass bar. If I had an ass bar, this would be chocolatey flavored. This would be ass flavored chocolate. I say that jokingly, of course, because I know some of you people are, oh my god, what the fuck. No, it's very, very, very malty, but burnt. It is burnt. It does have a weird sourness to it as well. And it doesn't even taste like a sourness like it is a... doesn't taste like it's turned, and it doesn't taste like it was phenol acids or anything like that. It doesn't taste like it was accidental, and it doesn't taste like it was because the beer is too old. It tastes like it was meant to be in there because it just mixes in the very middle. It's like sweet chocolate, sour, burnt. Sweet chocolate, sour, burnt. That's what you're getting. Sweet chocolate, sour, burnt. And the burnt just drops it off. Like, it's overpowering burnt. Could there be chocolate in there? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it could be a dark cocoa powder. It could be a dark cocoa powder. It might not be like a hot chocolate or anything like that. It might be just a really dark roasted cocoa. I could see that. It doesn't taste good, though. On the plus side, not gritty. Not gritty. I have to give them that, not gritty. And amazing compared to Boxer. Amazing compared to Boxer. I have to give them that as well. It just leaves this weird flavor in the back of your throat. Okay, for those of you that have kids, you know when you take a diaper that's full of pee off, and say you put it in a garbage can, and you forgot it was in that garbage can, and you open that garbage can like 3 days later, and you get assailed in the face with this scent of just stale, rotting urine, and whatever that stuff is that they now put in diapers that just crystallizes when you pee into them. You get assailed in the face with that scent, that taste that's left in your esophagus and everything else from that scent exploding into your nose. That's what the off flavor is on this. That's what the background flavor is. It tastes like getting assailed in the face with a urine diaper after a few days. Other than that, not a bad beer. I'll give it a, other than Boxer Watermelon, I'll give this the highest mark I've given a Minhas product. I will give this a 4.5 out of 10 because I don't ever want to drink it again, but if I really had to, I could. 66 IBU, it does have a bitterness to it. Nothing at all from hops, though. It's just from being fucking burnt. That's what it's from. It's from being burnt. Whoa. Doesn't burp well. Anyway, thank you, YouTube. 4.5. Thank you, Joe. And fuck you, Joe.